All craft, pull up.
It's a trap!
Welcome to Cannonballs, our weekly comedy podcast reviewing Star Wars canon for the casual fan that posts on YouTube, Spotify, and iTunes on Monday nights. If you can't get enough of us, you could watch us record live on Sundays at 8 Eastern on Twitch, or watch our gaming content on YouTube. I'm Brian Carey, and I'm joined by my co-hosts, Aaron Laramie.
Good so far, pal.
Matt Martirosian.
Boom goes the dynamite.
And Wesley, the most dangerous weapon in the galaxy is money, Isaac.
Shoot me in the orb, Papa.
Perfect, buddy. So this week, we're discussing the first 6 episodes of the Season 3 of Clone Wars. We're going to have Duchess Satine arrested for treason, Kamino under attack, and Padme will be unavailable to negotiate for humanitarian aid. You can see our timestamps in the description. How you doing, boys?
Look at that switch up to the intro.
Yeah,
So professional.
I didn't really stumble over anything. I made some on-the-fly edits, but that was fun, different. Wes doesn't like it anymore. I can tell.
Well, Wes is thinking, he's like, does he have to come up with a new tagline every week?
Oh, yeah.
That's
That's a lot of pressure for him.
That's more pressure on us.
So
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I came across something a few weeks ago on TikTok, and I wanted to share it with you guys today. It's called the Backstroke of the West.
Yeah.
The West or the West?
West, as in, I thought you said
Yeah.
East.
Which way?
So what the Backstroke of the West is they translated Revenge of the Sith into Mandarin and then translated it back to English and dubbed over with those translations.
Ooh.
So what I'm going to have my lovely volunteer Wes do is read one role, and I'm going to read the other. And I want you guys to try to guess which scene from Revenge of the Sith it is. We'll see how this goes over Discord. But
all right, so wait, I'm not reading Brian.
You're not reading Brian. You're reading volunteer.
You're reading both parts.
Oh, should I do different? Is one of them a pirate?
Read it however you interpret the role in the little prep time I gave you.
It's Brian and Blackbeard.
Let me just get in.
Yeah, so take it slow because translating back, you don't want to miss any grammatical issues
any grammatical errors that were for some reason leaving in.
All right, ready? You in character?
No, I'm not ready.
He's got to chug a beer first.
All right, I'll sip my wine.
No, I don't drink beers often.
Well, that should have been your intro. You gotta get your reading spectacles on.
Yeah.
Respectacles.
My respectacles are ready. I am ready to read. Fire away, kid.
Gold, you know that I can't depend on this parliament, and they bring into you too in the scheme here.
I am not that understand.
You are affirmative to have doubted. The hopeless situation parliament wants to rule. They plan to betrayal me.
I not think so.
Gold, careful want. You understand of, too.
I know that they do not believe you.
2, all councilmen's, whole republic.
Our cognition hereafter. What of my thought?
Why, they force you to do what not the affair of the brilliance? They let you keep watch on me.
I do not know, and should how say.
Remember, you're the day of the warrior study of the past. Have the person who have your power. Even hopeless situation, elder.
You got the worst person to read this from.
You totally did. The hopeless situation elder is what justice.
Justice to see from which aspect sees. Hopeless situation elders that, similar to others, are all. Include to look forward to the right.
But the West Emperor depends on the improbity. They consider one cell phone.
What word is that?
So some of these words are nonsense. I'll say that.
Okay.
I also
It's
belong to the
improbity.
hopeless.
I definitely read it.
I also belong to the hopeless situation Presbyterian.
Hopeless situation elder should be to have no private. They only concern other people.
Did you heard of the tragedy that reached the man?
Did you heard?
Not.
I think to be too is not. I think that the hopeless situation elder also can't. That is a legend. Reaching the man, cloth space, is the emperor. He is so strong and big. He even can use the original dints to create life. He is very deep to black influence understanding.
I'm not gonna lie, this sounds like something Anakin would just say in general.
In fact, he can come back from the brink of death.
The black influence can the matter that many Supermans, but other people thinks that these are what can't attains.
The black influence how'd is afterwards.
He became more and more strong and big. Lost his power afterwards. Afterwards, he died. In fact, he teaches own the whole skills all to disciple. Then his land killed him to let him go into bed. Satirizing the meaning is he can let other people, but is incapable for dint to the oneself.
I can be the academic association this kind of magic.
Do not do the hopeless situation elder can. Oh, bravo, Wes.
No, I did not enjoy that. That was very difficult.
So, could you guys guess which scene it was?
I feel like that was when was it with Anakin and Padme talking about spying on the Chancellor?
Nope.
Right.
Aaron, do you have a guess?
No.
It was when C-3PO and R2-D2 were talking about spying on the Chancellor.
Wes?
Is it when the Emperor ran out of dint?
Yeah. He is strong.
Oh, man.
I know what it is. It's the scene when Anakin and Palpatine are walking, and he's talking to him about Darth Tyrannus or whatever.
Darth
And he's
Plagueis the
like,
Wise.
Yeah, whatever the fuck it was. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking
Is that,
about.
the,
He's
is
like,
that the Chancellor of the West?
he's the Chancellor of the West. And and he lived forever, but his land killed him afterwards.
So,
And then he slept.
So Palpatine goes by the Speaker or the Speaker D or something. Anakin,
Like the maitre d', just less good.
Anakin is called Allah.
Of course.
The Jedi are hopeless situation elders.
What does that say about their situation?
I hope it's good.
Well,
What do we call
guess,
ourselves? Oh, well, the hopeless situation elders. It seems like.
I guess they tried to translate Jedi to hero to Mandarin, and then Mandarin back to English, turned it into hopeless situation.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
So you can watch the whole 2 hour and 20-minute video of that online, or just the highlights. I think the highlights is the best way to go, but there are some bangers in there.
Oh man, I'm very glad I didn't play the role of Brian. I feel like I would have definitely fucked those lines up.
Oh, I practiced so much this week.
I figured that that's what you were spending your entire weekend doing.
You know it.
We haven't gotten to episode 3 yet. Nothing's stopping us from watching the.
we discussed that version instead.
We should. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure our
Remember when
Greek
the hopeless
followers.
situation elder went with the other hopeless
remember?
situation elder said Mustafar?
Do you guys remember when the hopeless situation elder Obi-Wan cut off the legs of the other hopeless situation elder, who was also a West Emperor?
Emperor
You guys
of the
remember that
West.
scene?
Isn't it pronounced Obly John?
Oh, my mistake. I always get the
Yeah, come on, Cal.
confused of Obi-Wan and Obly-John.
Obly John.
So that was Backstroke of the West.
Is that Revenge of the Sith, but translated back?
That's right.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Backstroke of the West. Well, it's been a great show. Thanks to all of our
Didn't
viewers.
Seth MacFarlane make that movie?
Oh, shoot. You guys want to talk about real Star Wars?
Yeah, I guess we could do that. I'm having a rough time.
Yeah, Jonathan gets so excited.
You did great, buddy. I'm impressed.
Thanks, bud. Thanks. I didn't want to let you down.
No preparation. Season 3, Episode 1 is called Clone Cadets. Now, I talked to you guys how Clone Wars, the first 3 to 4 seasons of it is like out of order chronologically.
You're out of order.
So Clone Cadets is the name of the first episode. It happens before most of the episodes of the series. We are over on Kamino, where the clones are trained, made, bred, whatever you want to call them. And we meet Jedi General Shaak
Pastry.
Ti.
Oh,
Shaak
that's
Ti
my bakery
is,
joke. Give me some.
I want
Jeremy
to
Shaak Ti.
do like BoJack, where I write a number on the piece of paper and hold it up. Or
It's just 0 every time. He never writes another number.
he never gets a good joke. So Jedi General Shaak Ti is the same alien race that Ahsoka is. She's older, but you see her and you're like, is that old Ahsoka? And then they say, hey, Jedi Shaak Ti. And you know, that's not her.
It's just actually her mom. Surprise!
So these are some clones that we met in the episode where Grievous was on his way to the moon outside Kamino. And it was just a clone episode where they defended the base.
He's hailing a cab the whole time. He's like, come on. Just look at his watch.
Because I'm green, isn't it? Taxi. Welcome to Grinch Balls.
Oh, man.
Ho, ho, ho.
Grinch Balls would be great. Just once a year, we talk about the Grinch.
I think we definitely need to do a Grinch Balls episode.
Next Christmas, we'll do Grinch Balls. We have this former bounty hunter named Bric, who is training some of the cadets. Shaak Ti
Has he ever stabbed a man in the heart with a trident? Is it Bric Tamlin?
He's just holding a grenade, screaming.
Yeah.
He loves Lamp.
This guy's eccentric. Yeah.
I love Lamp.
So we got Bric, Shaak Ti, their buddy El-Les. They're all training these clones. And there was one group, Domino Squad, who is doing particularly poorly in training. They can't communicate. Now, at this point, only a couple of them have nicknames.
Oh, I was just gonna ask.
Yeah.
I bet you Gunna's not on that squad.
So Wes, why do you think they call this guy Echo?
He has something wrong with his hearing.
He repeats every order.
So if they go,
I'm sure that's not annoying.
yeah. So if they go up to him and they're like, "Double cheeseburger, hold the pickles," he's like, "Double cheeseburger, hold the pickles." So it's like,
Double cheeseburger, hold the pickles, double cheeseburger, hold the pickles.
Great in a like fast food situation. Not
is he
so
like
great
the
on the
Hodor of
battlefield.
fast food? Where he's just like, "Double cheese, hold the pickles. Double cheese, hold the pickles," and it just becomes like, "The cheese, hold the pickles."
He's like
And then,
Hodor.
yeah, just like Hodor. And then he ends up like you later on, like they're trying to get some food and they don't know what they want, and he just starts saying it, and then it becomes double cheese, hold the pickles. And then Brad's like,
what happens?
Brad's like, "I'm the king. Look at my story."
I've got the best story.
Yeah.
I was the guy who ordered the double cheese, hold the pickles.
They bring the Szechuan sauce back, and it's just him holding the door as people are trying to bust in to get more Szechuan sauce. He just gets trampled.
So we have another guy with a
That's
nickname. His name is Fives. Why do you think he's called Fives?
He loves high
Because
fives.
nobody takes his seat. It's my seat. 5 minutes.
He always calls fives.
He's like, oh no,
He
he's
just
called fives.
constantly
He always,
calls fives.
no, he's always stealing other people's seats.
Because no one
He's
calls
always
fives.
violating Fives.
Whenever people see him, they just say fives. So that just became his name.
his troop
Kick all
number is
fives on
basically like all fives. He's like Trooper TD 55555555.
So he's the dude who's got the fake number. You're like, that's a fake bullshit number. You see it in a movie, you're like, that's not real. If I call that.
We've got 3 clones in Domino's squad who don't have nicknames. One's always joking around. One's kind of a lone wolf. The other just kind of sucks and keeps getting shot by droids. Now, I don't know if this ends up being his official nickname, but that guy, the joking one, starts calling Droidbait.
He's not whole.
Ooh-ha-ha.
He's not holes. That's a
No,
good one.
that's what they call Stanley Yelnats.
Yes.
This one.
I love a good Stanley Yelnats joke. This guy from a group of elite clone troopers shows up. They're called ARC troopers, ARC. He's Commander Colts. He is looking for the next group to bring into the ARC troopers. Obviously, Domino Squad doesn't look too great. Now, Ellis is a bit of a nicer teacher. And he goes to Shaak Ti and asks them to give Domino Squad a chance to retest. Now, Bric, the former mercenary, he's a bit of a hard ass. He invites the joking guy to meet him in the hangar, and kind of roughs him up a bit. He actually beats up the clone trooper for not taking anything seriously. And he's like, "Oh, you're really funny, aren't you? You're a real Cutup." And so he starts going by the name Cutup.
He's like, "Nuck, nuck, nuck, nuck. You're a real Cutup, see?"
That's basically it.
So you see clones are walking around. Like, what do they do? Like, how old do you think like these guys are in the Domino Squad?
So I looked this up, and there's a few different ways you could brew a clone. There are some like expedited ones that are like adult age, like 3 weeks in.
They have some BB button ones that'll go back in time. They start really old and dead, and they just degenerate. Yeah. Yeah.
BB button.
Yeah, Big Betty Button. Big Betty Button. You remember the movie?
Wes references that movie so often he has to shorten it. Otherwise, he doesn't waste time.
I mean, obviously, I was trying to make this episode flow as smooth as possible.
Of course.
Yeah, just be considerate.
So Domino Squad gets treated like Gryffindor, where at the
Like a
end of
bunch of BB
Dumbledore's like,
buttons.
Yeah.
like, but 1 million points for defeating the Dark Lord, and they're like, we did a bunch of tests and shit. Harry Potter was over here dicking around, and they win the House Cup. That's where we're going, right?
Now, there is this one clone who hangs out, and he's the janitor. He was one of the first batch, and he got all fucked up physically. He's
Stanley?
got a hunch. His name's 99. He's got a hunch.
Oh,
He's got a limp, and he's
got
just
problems.
the janitor. He mops up. He looks very old. He's probably at least 3 years old.
They're like, who's that? Oh, it's 42069.
It's Diamond Hands.
Like, why do they call him that? Because he's a fuck up. That's why.
It's like, no, that's his ID number. He's like, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
What up?
Yeah. Like he was the first mistake, and he was a big fuck up.
That's why we call him fuck up.
That's why we call him fuck up.
So we've got 99 problems, and he is one.
He has 98 of them.
I have a question. What's the final problem?
So, like in this episode, what's the whole plot?
Sure.
So the reason I bring up 99 is Bric wants to fail Domino Squad and basically make them work with 99 as janitors.
So working with him is a punishment.
Honestly, though, not a bad deal. They end up like there's a union. They get
Yeah,
fair
probably good
wages.
pay.
You get a nice pension.
I mean, what's a pension to a clone that maybe gets to live to 30? Dies of old
when
age
you
at
retire?
30.
What's your retirement date?
Tell you though, pension funds for clones make hella money. You know how many clones are contributing to pension funds or dying before they can collect?
Constantly.
Contributing what?
True. You make it to like
I'm
5
sure they
years
get a
old.
salary.
To spend on
Yeah,
what?
They're supposed to live.
It is taxed. You don't think they're sending money home to Papa and Mama in the old country?
Papa and Mama on Kamino.
Jingle Fett's just getting a bunch of like Father's Day cards.
Getting a bunch of checks, and it's like 3 Republic credits in each one.
But
God, this isn't worth much.
well, so Jango Fett left, so they're always seeing each other, and they're like, "Dad," like, "No."
Like, wow, this is awkward.
I like it. If it's like, all right, well, we have to pay the clones a fair salary, but we're gonna do this thing where we just put these thoughts in their mind, like they have a family, so they send money, but it's just back to us, so they don't have to worry about paying them. So it's like the clone comes to it, it's like my family back in the old country. I will work here hard for them. Then he sends like 80% of his paycheck, and it's just like some fancy pants senator dude, just like, hey, thanks, Clone 42069. You did it again, bro.
they cut to like Palpatine. He's taking a picture of one of the checks. It's like $4. He's like, all right, hold on, we got a couple more.
He's just using he's using the bank app to cash checks on his phone.
Look at the
It's like
Star Wars
Republic
Coruscant
credits.
having mobile deposit.
Yeah, exactly.
4 Republic credits, and he's like, "Do you want the money instantly? Costs 50% of transaction." And he's like, "Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's
Who
fine.
cares?"
Hey, my
For
money.
banking with the banking clan. Shaak Ti recommends they work together. They do. They
Smart.
beat the Citadel challenge. Season 3, Episode 2, Arc Troopers. So this is
I wonder what
right
this is
after
about.
that episode I referenced earlier. Now, only Echo and 5 survived that attack that Grievous mounted on that moon. So-
Got cut up.
Cutup got caught up. Grievous and Ventress are attacking Kamino. Cody and Rex
Oh, no.
have this connection with Kamino, and I guess so do all the clones. They consider it their home planet. So they're like, this one's for our home.
Yeah, they definitely have the motivation chip on their side. Let's see how this plays out.
So they get there, and the old wonky Quasimodo clone 99 wants to help defend Kamino.
He's like, "I've dug in here since '94. If y'all
Like
think
it's
I'm leaving,
95.
you crazy. I'll be here for till I die. Give me one of them shotguns."
He's like facing the wrong way.
To me, he's like
It's
a
like
southern
Kamino meets
prospector.
Westworld. Like,
Well, I'll be defending my Kamino till the day I die.
So Grievous is attacking. And he's basically just making a distraction up in space, and he lets them shoot down these transports so that they could use these aqua droids and like submarines to get to Kamino. No, Obi-Wan suspects this, heads underwater, and so they know the attack's coming. Grievous
Obi-Wan
has
can
these
head
squid
underwater.
droids attached to like the domed structures in Kamino, and they kind of drill in, release a whole bunch of droids. Grievous is attacking, Ventress is attacking. We see kind of Kamino falling apart. You know all the little like baby jars they have full of baby clones? Like one of them just goes crashing to the ground.
Crashing,
They're like-
smashing.
Some doctor's like, "That was my life's work."
My baby tubes.
All these clones are gonna have predisposition to be good at doing stuff. Oh no!
I had this thought earlier today. So Star Wars really takes like a nurture over nature stance with these clones, because if you think about it, Jango Fett's a very individual, like self-serving person. Like he's a bounty hunter. He's there for himself. And they decided to clone him to make all these really subservient clones.
sounds like a great sophomore year high school essay.
Thank you.
I
got a B on it.
That I thought it was comma essay, like you called him essay, and I was like, I don't understand.
Sounds like a nice sophomore year essay.
Brian's writing a paper on human nature and just decides to. Hey.
If we look at Clone Wars,
Yeah.
I was like, why did you call
Baloney
him
says
essay?
upon nature versus nurture.
If you look at the animated Star Wars series Clone Wars, Season 3, Episode 2, you will see.
So
But
there
don't-
seems to be this sibling rivalry between Ventress and Grievous for Dooku's love.
Isn't that what everybody in the Star Wars universe is looking for? Dooku's love.
Everybody
Sure.
wants
At the
Dooku's
end
love.
of episode 9, Rey goes back to Luke's little mountain thing and pulls out just a jar of Dooku's love. And she's like, I
She goes back
finally
to-
found it.
He goes back to Dooku's grave and drops a flower.
Finally have what the Jedi need. It's Dooku's love. And I'm pretty sure that's what they give. They only give that to Boss Nass. He holds it up over his head. He's like, Dooku's love, we
Yeah.
got it.
Woo.
We have Dooku's love.
I had no idea that that's what all 9 movies were about.
Yeah, in case you guys were unaware, it's all about finding Dooku's love. And we did it, boys. We did it.
Ventress is going to take on the mission of trying to steal the clone DNA. So Jango's DNA. Grievous is going to cause havoc by Obi-Wan. I feel like every time there's a Grievous and Obi-Wan fight in this series, it starts like Obi-Wan kind of being overpowered by the 4 lightsabers, and then remembering he could use the Force and just force pushing him, and then Grievous just spider crawls away. Like, that's every fight.
Oh, he always spider crawls away.
Like, he doesn't run away. He turns into a spider.
It's like-
He's like, time to
It's faster to stop what you're doing, turn into a spider, and then crawl away than it would be to just turn and run away.
So we work with a lot of drugs at my job, and that's what they've told us. They said if anybody ever
that's
comes
spider.
in and tries to rob you, turn into a spider and run away. They won't be concerned with you.
That's exactly right.
You won't know anything. You're a spider. They're like, do you know the codes for the safe? I'm like, no, I'm a spider. They're like, you can go. So that's our strategy.
They successfully defend Kamino, 99 while helping some cadets, so the young ones, get some weapons and ammo to defend themselves, gets shot and dies.
Looks like he's got 100 problems now.
All right, we're almost halfway through the
There he
episodes. Oh, okay, yeah. It's a callback from before. All right, Season 3, Episode 3, Supply Lines.
Oh shit! Surprise!
So there is a B plot going on that's related to the A plot, of course, but I kind of just want to get it out of the way for what happens in the important part. So B plot is Ryloth, where the Twi'leks are fighting. We see that guy Cham Syndulla again, the rebel that Mace Windu helped raid the palace from some other episode. And we meet a Jedi we've never seen before. His name is I'm a Gun Die.
I'm a gun.
IMA dash
I can't even
GUN.
I can't even make
DI.
a joke after that.
Now, what do you guys think is the fate of Master Die?
He gets a gun and kills a bunch of people.
Oh, I think he changes his hair color. He dyes it something else.
He goes to
So-
a casino and throws some dye.
The whole plot line of I'm a Gun Die is he is helping the Twi'leks defend Ryloth, trying to save them, saving time for the Republic to show up to deliver some supplies so the Twi'leks don't starve and die. At the end of the episode, he ends up getting shot and killed. He dies. Master Die dies.
I have a
Master,
question.
I'm gonna die, gets shot and dies.
So, do you think that if you had the opportunity, right? So, like your last name is Die. What do you name
Look, I
Would you
shouldn't
name your
join
son
the
I'm a
army.
gun? like, how
I'm
much
a
of a
fun.
dick do you? I'll never. You know, like, do you name him? Do you name him something that makes more sense to name a person, or are you just playing the joke? Like, what would you guys do at this very moment?
Roll of that.
If you're
Die.
writing a script for a TV show, you were trying to think of a name for someone who's gonna die in the TV show. What are you gonna name them?
Yeah, no doubt. They're like, we
First
need.
name's John Tucker Must.
They are gonna die.
You're like, yeah, it would have been fine if it was just John Tucker, but it's John Tucker Must.
Yeah,
You're like,
the
yeah.
must
Yeah.
die part.
Live freer.
Yeah. Must be okay.
Totally not gonna.
Anyway, so let's talk about why the supplies were delayed and led to the tragic death of I'm a gun die.
I feel like this is this year zone right here.
Oh my God! Does this have to do with? Is this the intricacies of space trade?
It is a little bit. So they need to get some supplies to Ryloth to feed the Twi'leks.
Supplies.
The problem is Ryloth's a bit far from everywhere, so they have to stop by Toydaria, which is where Watto's people are from.
And where the toys are made.
Yep. Now this
Everybody
episode,
loves Daria.
this episode actually happens.
toy maker to the king. It's Meister Burger. No more toys. Go ahead.
No worries. I didn't know it wasn't done. So this episode happens before the first, season 1, episode 1. So this is right before Yoda meets the king of Toydaria. So they need to convince the king that it's okay to basically use this port to refuel and drop off supplies on Ryloth, but they want to stay neutral. So Padme's busy. They usually send her on these diplomatic missions for negotiating.
Oh my
But
God.
instead, they have to send the other representative from Naboo.
This is my apprentice.
Misa Kojata Binks, Misa your humble servant. Misa propose that the Senate give immediately emergency powers to the Supreme Chancellor.
It's still so long. It's still so long and unnecessary.
Jar Jar Sith counter number 12.
Number 12.
Number
God
12.
dang, that's a dirty dozen.
I know. I gotta make a TikTok series about this. So
It's almost a baker's dozen.
Yeah. That's 13. So.
Jar Jar
Dirty
is,
dozen balls.
Jar Jar is somehow the guy that they're planning on sending to Toydaria to negotiate getting supplies to these starving Twi'leks. Luckily, someone calls Bail Organa, and he's going to help Jar Jar negotiate. Now, the big issue is Toydaria has a contract with the Trade Federation, and the Trade Federation is openly neutral. Now, Senator Dodd from the Trade Federation denies any involvement with the Separatists. Basically says, hey, if you have any involvement in the war, we're going to do a blockade of your planet.
Say Senator Dodd?
Yep.
Connecticut Senator Dodd?
This is the very same.
Top 5 dogs.
Oh, Milk Dodds.
Milk Dodds.
The Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yes, Marty's all over it, man.
La-dee-Dodd.
Bloody Dodds.
Oh no! What is this show becoming? Aaron's over here eating meatballs. I don't even know what else is going on, man.
King Katunka wants to remain neutral, but he also holds the Toydarian values very closely, which involves charity and doing the right thing.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, if you could sneak a couple ships off, I'll let you bring some some supplies to Ryloth, but you need to distract these Nemoidians. Now, for some reason, Bail chooses a certain representative from Naboo to distract the Nemoidians.
This is my apprentice.
I would have had
Mr.
Fernando Tatis
Kojata Binks,
distracting the
this is your
Nemoidians.
humble servant. Misa
That Ted
Papa,
Cruz is
at the
Canadians.
Senate, give
Look at us
immediately
spinning into his padme.
emergency powers to the Supreme Chancellor.
That's still my favorite, man.
So Jar Jar, to distract the Nemoidians, decides, so these ships are trying to take off. They're in this big glass room. And Jar Jar hops up on the table, collects
And
everyone's...
it's like, you ready for some stand-up comedy?
It's a Jar Jar stripping show.
Hey, I'm Jar Jar Binks. I get no respect.
Magic
no
Binks.
respect at all.
Hey, Misa. Hey. All right.
Misa.
That's a completely different film.
McConaughey says, all right, and Magic Mike. You gotta see Magic Mike, buddy.
I guess I gotta pay more attention.
Yeah, what's distracting you?
There's part in that movie where McConaughey's outside picking up high school girls.
The best part about never mind. I'm not gonna finish the quote. I don't need anyone clipping that out.
you DMCA.
You say I don't need anyone clipping that out. You really overestimate all of our abilities and all of our viewers.
You never know.
That's true. That's true. That's why I don't say anything that's any bad or anything at all.
So Jar Jar hops up on the table and he grabs everyone's plate and cup and he starts like tossing them and makes the perfect pyramid with plates and cups, like tossing them all the way across the table. The only explanation for how he stacked all of those plates and cups is he's force sensitive.
It's a Beauty and the Beast situation where they're all actually people that were magically turned into flatware and dishware. Yeah.
So anyway, Jar Jar successfully distracts them. They get the supplies off. And we already know what happens to I'm a Gun die.
He doesn't make it.
Yeah, he survives.
Season
we're
3,
right there.
Episode 4, Sphere of Influence.
Oh my god, it's the fucking Spear of Destiny.
Sphere, like a round shape.
Doesn't matter. Is it Count Dooku's love?
Don't care.
So we interacted with Pantora. It was when Obi-Wan and Anakin fought some like Yeti snow monsters on a moon near Pantora.
Yeah, Pantera.
Yeah. Well, anyway, there's a new chairman, and he's getting blockaded by the Trade Federation, so he goes to the Republic for some help.
Is this a sequel to the movie about the chairman on Pantora that James Cameron made?
Yeah, I agree. Is that wait, no, let
the
me
chairman, wasn't he played by is it Sam Worthington or something? I forget what the guy's name is.
The chairman, the fighter of the Nightman?
No, he's the fighter of the Dayman. The chairman, he's played by
man.
Oh, what's his name, Wes?
Fucking Samwise Gamgee.
Yeah, I thought, is it Sam Worthington? I think it is.
Yeah, and he's all British and kind of thick. He's a thick British guy.
Yeah, he's got a shaved
thick
head.
Like he's not very smart, or thick like he's curvy?
That's for me to know and you to find out. No, I got it's an Avatar. It's Avatar.
Yeah, I'm making an Avatar joke because the guy in Avatar is he's in a wheelchair.
He's the chairman because his legs don't work.
Come on. He's like 3 layers, man.
Is it called Pandora?
It's Pandora is the name of the place, and he's on Pandora, and he's the chairman.
Yeah, he's like Pantera.
I'm sad no one really. I guess West.
Dude, Aaron, I was all about
no,
it.
you did.
What do you want from me?
No,
I chairman with you for about 5 minutes that Brian's gonna edit out of the show. So I don't know what else you want from me, bro.
That joke won't make it in, but I was proud of it.
So we've got Senator Chuchi from Pantora and Chairman Papanoida, who is based off of George Lucas's cameo in Revenge of the Sith. Just a blue guy who's dressed funny.
So he's a big fat guy in like a plaid shirt.
Plaid shirt, jeans, and white New Balances.
Exactly.
They go to the Republic to plead their case for some help. While Chuchi and Papanoida are at the Senate meeting, Papanoida's daughters get kidnapped. So apparently the kidnapping is Coruscant police jurisdiction, so the Jedi can't investigate. But Anakin gives Ahsoka the okay, and he's going to look the other way. Lieutenant Devo comes back very shortly. He's the guy voiced by SpongeBob's voice, whose name I'm not going to remember at the moment.
Tom Kenny.
Thank you. Papanoida decides he's going to take this investigation into his own hands. Turns out Greedo, the guy who did not shoot first at Han, is one of the people who kidnapped Papanoida's daughters.
Oh, shit. He's a Papanoida kidnappanoida.
That's right.
Now what happens?
Now, the daughters attacked Greedo, and so there was some blood left behind at the scene, so they run some tests, and they're like, oh, it's this bounty hunter who lives on Tatooine. So they head to Tatooine. Papanoida's friends with Jabba, I guess, and Jabba makes Greedo give up the daughter. Greedo escapes. Ahsoka and the Senator Chuchi also rescue another daughter from a Trade Federation ship.
Just another stolen daughter.
Yep.
There we go.
And they're like, where'd that other one go?
Yeah, who again? Oh, yeah, her. Grab her on the way out.
Season 3, Episode 5, Corruption. We are headed back to Mandalore.
Oh my God.
Padme is meeting with Duchess Satine to help her set up some trade routes. They are having trouble trading, being part of the Council of Neutral Systems, because Separatists don't want to trade with them. The Republic maybe doesn't, but they're having trouble getting food, supplies to their citizens. What they're doing is basically using black market materials and food and everything. And so they're dealing with some shady characters. Now, some food importer imports some tea and a diluting agent named Slaben to mix into this tea to basically sell more. And you got to be careful, because if the dosage isn't right, it's toxic. Now, the biggest
negative, like the other way around, like you can't overdose on it, you can underdose on it.
I'd imagine you could put in too much Slaben.
Like too little, too late.
Like, you know, they say one man's slave is another man's poison. Yeah, that makes sense.
I've been slaving over some hot tea. So they mix it into the tea. Next day, Padme and Satine are visiting a brand new hospital, and there are a whole bunch of kids being brought in on stretchers. They've got belly aches from poison. And
belly full of poison.
Now, the Prime Minister of Mandalore thinks it's maybe Death Watch, or he throws that suggestion out there. And Satine's they probably wouldn't poison children. So she does some investigating, heads down to the docks where they import themselves, heads to the school, and they basically discovered, oh, hey, they poisoned the kids' tea by mixing in Slaven. There was the
somebody's poisoned the water hole.
The whole reason for it, in the struggling economy, the superintendent was skimming some money off the top. He was buying some cheaper tea, mixing in the diluent, and just keeping the excess money for himself.
Mixing in the thing that could be poison
to the children.
Just add more water.
You're gonna dilute it with water or anything. He's like, no, poison. Might use too much, though, it'll kill him.
He's like, give him the Slaven. Give him the Slaven.
Yeah.
Lord Farquaad, and he huffs and he puffed, and he signed an eviction notice.
All right, last episode, boys. Season 3, episode 6, The Academy.
Yep.
So
The
we
Academy.
are still on Mandalore. We send in Ahsoka because Satine wants a young person to talk at the Royal Academy of Government.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
The RAG? Is she going to talk at the RAG?
She's talking at the RAG. The
She's
rag
on
dolls.
the rag.
The fighting rag dolls.
She's on the RAG.
She's on the rag, Wes. These jokes write themselves, Brian.
I bet you that Brian could read through it, write a script for this whole thing, and he wouldn't be able to anticipate half of the bullshit that we would come up with. It'd be like nobody's gonna be able to connect it to a rag joke. And I'm like, oh, you speak at the RAG, and you're like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I answered no for this one.
So Ahsoka arrives on the planet. She's informed off-worlders can't have weapons after what happened with Obi-Wan.
Off-worlders.
Off-worlders.
Yeah, no more. You off-worlders better just keep on driving.
Ahsoka gives a talk about corruption in government and how it's the people's duty to basically hold their government accountable. She ends up inspiring these cadets to investigate these food shortages.
Smart. So she says it's the people's duty.
It's the people's duty.
Does she mention the people's elbow?
She does not.
Can you smell
what Ahsoka is cooking? There you go. I finished it for you.
I like the dunk off of the alley-oop there.
You just lob it up for me. I'll throw it down.
Yeah, you're the DeMarcus Cousins to my
leaving different teams and going on
to my point guard guy.
So, basically, these cadets are hanging out in their. It's like a boarding school. They're hanging out in their rooms and they're hungry and they're like, let's go find some food at the government storage of food.
Let's go score some grub.
Well, they're hungry. Everything's being rationed.
I'm starving. Let's go score some grub.
So they go there and they see there's plenty of food and there's someone in a hood and they're talking to some police and some off-worlders. They get caught but run away and no one knows who it is who saw them, but they recorded it. Now, one of the students is Duchess Satine's nephew. His name's Corky.
Oh my god.
So
his name is Porkins.
His name's Porkins.
Porkins, they're all over you. I can't shake them. Porkins, no.
Yeah, I thought them redoing that scene shot for shot in the episode was a little odd, but whatever.
So Corky Porkins heads to see his aunt, and she's like, "Hey, good job investigating. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna handle it. You guys just go on being kids. Don't get in trouble or anything." Satine may be in on it. He felt very dismissed by her. So he goes to Prime Minister Almec for help. Says, hey, I filmed this. We got to arrest these people for treason. And Almec's like, yeah, why don't you meet me here very late at night? Bring everyone who knows about this.
Bring everyone who knows about this and no weapons. Tell no one.
Show up only in your underwear. That'll make it easier.
So they tell Ahsoka next day in class, and Ahsoka's like, maybe you probably shouldn't have gone straight to Almec and just thought it over for a little bit. And they're like, oh man, you sound just like Satine. We're gonna go talk to Almec. So anyways, Almec arrests them for treason.
That's just what Almec said you would say.
That's what Almanac said you were gonna do.
Yeah, when I read the almanac, that's what it said you were going to say.
It said there was supposed to be 7 inches of rain today, and you would say maybe
when
think
I read
it over.
The Farmer's Almanac.
When I spoke with the Farmer's Almanac.
Almec arrests them. Ahsoka goes in and tries to protect them, beats up the guards, and then she says, okay, I've got a plan because now Satine is missing. She pretends to turn in the students to Almec to gain his trust to rescue Satine, but Almec saw this coming.
She's like, there'll be 7 inches of rain. He's like, oh, there's going to be 10. She's lying.
Oh, wait. Hey, I have one quick question. How much rain tomorrow? And she's like, no, sunny and dry. And he's like, kill the children.
So Ahsoka ends up beating up some people with hands tied behind her back. Kind of pointless then having her caught, but she saves the day. Almec is then arrested for treason. Satine is set free. That is the end of episode 6.
I was gonna say, when she's beating people up with her hands tied behind their back and she's using the Force to get them to punch each other, and she's like, stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself. She's like, I'm gonna kick your ass. And then their hand comes up and punches them in the face.
Honestly, I like the Avatar joke earlier.
Oh, shut up, Wes.
It's like when SpongeBob is trying to get into that bar. Oh, you beat that guy up without even trying. Patrick just kicks his own ass.
What's the bar's name?
Salty Spittoon.
Salty Spittoon.
I remember Weenie Hut General, and Weenie Hut Juniors.
Yeah, the best one is Weenie Hut General. Weenie Hut General.
What happened? I slipped on an ice, or you slipped on an ice cube.
I'll have you know I stubbed my toe while watering my spice garden last week. I only cried for 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
All right.
Fun balls, guys.
Any thoughts on the start of season 3? We finally got a Jar Jar episode, so I'm not wasting that animation I made.
Anything with Jar Jar is always good since he's a Sith Lord.
That could never be a waste.
Yeah, it's just definitely Star Wars, so that's cool.
Marty?
It definitely is.
Seth Green moment. Cool.
Which one was Seth Green? I saw you text
Kenny.
that.
Seth Green was the what were those blue guys? Was the IO something?
His son's name was Ion.
That's who he was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I feel like we're kind of getting into like the nitty gritty now. Like I feel like they're definitely moving into like a little bit more significant stuff, and it's still early in the season, but I'm hoping we start getting some beefy episodes.
Dude, who doesn't? I'm glad that we finally decided that what we're really all looking for is Dooku's love. So that really kind of narrows it down for me.
Oh,
like
buddy,
now
you
I
should
kind of know what I'm
save
looking
that
for in the rest of the
for my
episodes.
next... Anyone have a sign off?
Fuck.
I have a sign off.
As we always say to end the Cannon Balls podcast, Aaron.
So I'm gonna quote from the classic episode 3 line. Then his land killed him to let him go into bed.
Pull up! All craft, pull up!